Good evening to those of you that are joining. We are a little disheveled at the moment. But, we'll do a little live just because. Just because. It's just that time of day. We'll do a little live. We're not doing any work today, though. Of course, everybody waits till now to spam text me. I swear to God. All the notifications, all the texts, they wait for us to go live, and then let them all hit. But, good evening. What the hell day is it? Is it Wednesday? Okay. Happy Columbus Day. If you observe. It's a federal holiday, though. At least my kids didn't have school, so hopefully everybody had a nice day. Maybe you went out and got some side hustling done, maybe whatnot. Maybe you just took the day easy, and that's more than okay, too. That's definitely doable. But, spoiler, it's just me tonight. Joanna is still, it's 8 o'clock, still getting her hair done because, there's no small undertakings. It's got to be massive. It's got to be big. No, if you guys have been popping in, we just got home from a couple of weeks in Massachusetts. I drove us home today, and then we are home today into tomorrow afternoon, and then we are hitting the road. We are going down south, and we are spending another 2 weeks down south, and there's a business trip down there, and there will be lives down there, and there will be whatever else we can get our hands on, content-wise to show you guys stuff. Hey, Shirley, what's up, honey? So it's going to be a bit hectic. It's going to be a bit wild in the coming weeks. I'm just waiting for November to get here. That's all I want. I just want November to get here so that I can stop moving, because I'm the homebody of the two of us. But, it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the biz. So we'll be doing that stuff. So I just, I've apologized several times in advance to just say, the regular live schedules are going to be off from time to time, but we're going to try to get some cool content for you guys. And regardless, we're going to try to document what we're doing in different parts of the country as far as merchandising, things that show up down south that we don't get up here in the north. And we'll report back. But anyway, good evening. There's football tonight. I forgot. Oh well. Nobody wants to watch the Jets anyway. But this is a chill live, so if you guys want to ask questions about stuff, you got paid to test an air mattress today. Very nice, Jess. Like it a lot. Listen, nothing gets my blood pumping that quite like, hey, go try my product for free. Tell me what you think of it. I love that type of stuff. One of the many things that you can do as a merchandiser on here. But yeah, thank you, Shirley. So we'll just hang out as you guys come in. If you guys should just double tap the screen, give us likes and shares and stuff like that. Hello, Diana. Or Diane, sorry. No, that's not an acceptable mistake. I have a Joanna and a Diana, 2 Dianas, in fact, in my family. So no, I can pronounce it properly, damn it. But yeah, if you have, gifting goals, if you have small gifts, we do take the small gifts, but it's not a requirement. It just keeps the wheels greased so that we can keep doing things on TikTok, make sure Joanna's content get pushed to the followers and new people. If you don't have penny gifts to give, that's cool. We just we take the likes, the comments, the shares, the reposting Joanna's videos. She's had a couple of pretty good videos that have been dropping over the last week or so. And, if you wanted to know more about Joanna's story, I won't do that. That's her business. That's her story to claim. So, but, yeah. I don't know if the real Joanna Lynn joined, but we'll see. On that note, there's only one account. Hey, Peaches, what's going on, hon? Yeah, so we got home today. I drove us home from Massachusetts today. We're in Connecticut, and we're getting ourselves, packed up. I tried to spend as much time with my dogs as I could today while I was getting other stuff done. Unpacking, repacking, setting things up, provisions and such for us being gone for 2 weeks again. So I actually didn't do too much work today. It was more just like things that we need for our travels. So, but the merchandising is definitely something that keeps us busy, and it's flexible enough for us to just move stuff around. I'm very much looking forward to doing some stuff in other parts of the country, because you just guys, whenever I go down south, the merchandiser projects that are down there, it's just, okay, I'm a nerd, and very mundane, boring things can fascinate me just because it's different from what I'm used to. So like, for me, it's fun to go merchandise in different franchises and stores that I've never even heard of, let alone been to, things that don't exist up where I am, finding the subtle differences between projects, just figuring out how your job down there is like mine up here and how it's not alike. So we'll be definitely doing some of that. One thing that is a bit more common down south compared to up north in terms of specific projects is many of them, you have more liquor audits, adult beverages. We don't have a lot of that stuff. Hi, Lindsay. Connecticut is a pretty strict state in terms of what's called adult beverage regulation and such. Regular grocery stores do sell it. Regular gas stations do not. There's a couple other places that are, pretty locked down. People ask us all the time about those adult beverage audits, and I just can't give advice on them because to this day I've never successfully completed one because they just don't exist in my area, which is going to be all right. But like I said, we will be going down 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, duration of 2 weeks. We will be in Louisiana, we will be in Mississippi, we will be in Alabama, and we will be in Georgia. We have a business trip that we are finishing the week in Georgia. Really looking into this, really need to make some money. Been a stay-at-home mom for less than 13 years. Nicole, we have also been stay-at-home at various increments in different parts of our lives, but Joanna and I have been doing this for better part of 10-ish, 11-ish years, and we've been doing it live on TikTok for free. All of what we do is always available for free in the profile. You never need to pay for stuff. I know free is leery on the internet. I get it. But these apps have been free for us all this time. They're free for you too. We just show you, answer questions. And if you guys want to see this stuff live, we the basis of our content is going inside the stores and showing you how these apps work. Yeah, you're welcome, Nicole. Yeah. Yeah. And there were definitely long stretches of time once we got comfortable with these, once we got experienced. A lot of the projects are light duty enough to do with the kiddos in the cart. You're going to know right away if there's specific projects that you can't do with the kiddos because, it's either like a longer, bulky project and whatnot. But if it's kind of just like a breezing, passing through type thing, it's very easy and you can keep them engaged as well. Oh, thank you. Love the t-shirt. Yep. Come as you are. Come as you are. Can't see the bottom, but that's what it says. Come as you are. Good old Nirvana. I didn't remember what shirt I was wearing. I was like, what shirt am I wearing? Is it appropriate? Yeah, I got a whole bunch of band shirts in here. That's my everyday wear is band shirts. Easy enough. Easy enough. Nirvana, Chili Peppers, Metallica, Tool, things like that. But, yeah, so if you guys have any specific questions about what merchandising is, how you want to get into it, if you have questions about taxes or anything like that, yeah, Linda, it's just me tonight. Joanna, so because we got home today is the only day that Joanna could reach, and so she somehow miraculously got hold of the nail tech and the hairstylist, and they're both getting her done today because we're going for another 2 weeks. So I don't know how she did it. She's got friends that make time for her, I guess. So that's where she is tonight. I have not seen her since a little bit before we got home. She came home. She was helping me unpack some stuff and then repack for the next trip. And she was like, bye, they can get me in earlier. I was like, okay, see you later. So I fed the kids. spend time with my doggies because I miss my dogs. I told her when we got home, I was like, I almost don't want to say hi to the dogs because they're going to get so excited. I'm not going to want to leave either, and then I have to leave. But, I couldn't not hold my dog. I was trying to look at last night. It wasn't showing up. Yeah, we were having a website issue last night, Nicole. It's working now. Yep. Yeah. That's just behind the scenes stuff. But we have 2 dogs now. This is the first dog I've ever had. So I didn't have dogs when I was a kid. So this is like my first love in terms of magnitude. This dog, as she's gotten older, she's just the cutest, sweetest thing. It depends, Shirley. It depends on, sometimes it's time of year, sometimes it's the project themselves. But generally you will see there will be a low point, kind of like where we are right now, and then it'll start to slowly grow up, especially if more people are not taking projects as quickly. They'll start to step up the pay a little bit to incentivize people to take stuff. But it happens. It's a little annoying that we can't really negotiate stuff with Field Agent just because we don't have that two-way communication like we do with Survey Merchandiser. But Field Agent is definitely the one that I kind of give a pass to of the 3, just because by and large, if you pick up a Field Agent project, it's going to be relatively simple in almost all cases, whereas Survey Merchandiser can be tedious and a little bit crazy, and then the Moby ones are just kind of like they're super sticklers about stuff. But I don't have a physical answer as to why. What's going on? Oh, nothing, Wicked. What's going on with you? It's just me tonight. Prepping to hit the road tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, Field Agent's awesome. It's really easy work that anybody can do. Survey Merchandiser, Moby, all the apps that we talk about are in the profile. Man, it's been a while since I've done a live by myself. Dang. It's been a while. Not since Joanna was in Disney last time. I'm trying to stay hydrated. The house that we were staying at in Massachusetts, the ice machine just stopped working, and that's like a method of torture for me, is not having the water and the ice. So I was stuck drinking sodas and things like that, and I could just feel. I drink like 2 or 3 of these a day, so to just take that away, even for like a half a day, I feel it initially, or I feel it almost immediately. So that was tough for me to. Yeah, she's getting her hair did. What can your 15-year-old do? So I know that Field Agent. I mean, not Field Agent. I know that Shopkick, you only need to be 14 to use, or 13. I know Swagbucks is one that you only need to be 13 to use, and Moby, I believe. Because Moby is paid in points through gift cards, I think that allows for people under 18 to do it. But check the terms of service. But each one of those is a different way that you can just use some of these apps in your spare time and get paid to do so. So Moby is a working app where you just take photos of things inside of stores and answer questions for companies, and you get paid by the job for that. Then Shopkick is a kind of like cashback retail / merchandising app where all you have to do is just find stores that have products that are on promotion, find that, scan the barcode, and you get points towards gift cards. And Swagbucks is a gaming one. Did I see that? So I did see that you took a bunch of them. Yes, I did not see if you posted anything specific about it. No, but I did see that you were on track for those. Try out the Liquid IV pack as well as traffic. Yeah. So I mean, I guess my question would be, do they make plain ones? Because I like my plain water. I really don't do squeezies. I don't like that it stains or collects on my stuff, on my Yeti. It almost tastes thick to me. It's clearly not. It's just a additive that you put in the water, but it doesn't quench the same. It's like drinking Gatorade. You keep drinking, and you just never feel satiated. Just too sweet for me in that sense. Yeah. How much do you make in one day doing Field Agent? So if you want to just do Field Agent, it's going to be a bit lower than it would be if you were to just do Survey Merchandiser. So for all of the apps that we talk about for the merchandising stuff, the average pay per project is anywhere from $5 to $25. Field Agent can sometimes go a little lower. Usually don't see any lower than $3. But they are simple, small little one-off reports that you can do, that you can file inside of stores, and you're there just gaining brand information for brands that are interested in checking up on companies. So the small payout ones, in many cases, can take as few as 30 seconds. So it really just depends on how many you can get your hands on in a day and how quickly you can work and how quickly you can cover ground. So if I would say roughly on a day, if you just have like 4 hours to do, like it doesn't have to be a full-time thing. I'll get to that in a minute. If you have just 4 hours and you wanted to do nothing but field agents and you've got enough saturation in your area, and let's just say for, simplicity's sake, each one of them was $5, it would be reasonable within 4 hours, including travel time and all that stuff, to land somewhere between, $250 and $450, like if that's all you did, because they just add up so fast. Of course, I'm coming from experience of, doing a lot of these projects. They're very simple. They're not always, self-explanatory, but the core concepts are always going to be the same. So if you've ever seen the people that work in like a vendor capacity, so like the Pepsi vendors, the Coke vendors, really dog. They walk inside the store and then they check in with customer service, and then they go check on the product, and then they're filling orders, and then they're calling their district managers or whatever. And it's their job to physically take care of the products that Walmart sells, that Target sells. Even though the product is bought and paid for by those retailers and they sell it, they're the ones that keep track of those products. That's effectively what we do as freelance merchandisers. So we could work with any product in general. It could be some of the big ones, the Pepsis, the Cokes, the Frito-Lays. We also work with a lot of whole food products, some vegan products, plant-based things. It could even just be like an indie product, like something that just doesn't, isn't a doorbuster type brand. It's just like maybe it's like a local thing. Maybe it's a regional thing, small business, low overhead type stuff that they sell in regional grocery stores. We never know. But we scan all of those contracts, because those brands, when you sell your product to Walmart, to Target, to Stop and Shop, to whoever, it's the store's job to make sure that it's on the shelf properly in most cases. And most cases, the Walmart employees and the Target employees, they just take care of all that stuff, and that's fine. But some companies would prefer to have a dedicated rep, and the companies that can't afford that hire independent contractors like us, and that's what we do. So all we do is pick up a project, and it tells us what directives the brand is interested in learning about. Sometimes it's just like checks and balances. Hey, we have a promotion that's going for the next 3 months. We'd like to know that at as many stores in your area as you can get to, is this, being displayed? Is this banner up? Is the promotional price ringing up properly? Is there enough stock to accommodate a higher volume of units being sold? Any number of really mundane things that really don't need a ton of explanation. We pretty much just check to make sure everything's good behind the scenes. So that's the basis of what merchandising is. But what we do is totally flexible to your time and your schedule. There are agencies that you can do this for, full-time or part-time or salaried or something like that. But this is the work-for-yourself version. Yeah, so Stitch, all of our, none of our income is under the table, so yeah, it would have to count. So we file 1099 taxes, it's all bank statements, it's all, that type of stuff. So if you filed a 1099, you know what to expect. But if you haven't, it's really not that scary once you understand the full concept of how it differs from a W-2. It's basically the same thing, just in reverse. Hello, wife, mommy, what's going on? What's up, Jason? Just me tonight. What was the other one? Not Field Agent. Yeah, Survey Merchandiser and Moby. Those are the three. Survey Merchandiser, Field Agent, and Moby are the merchandising apps. Sorry. But there we go. Charging my phone. I have the cord snaked all the way across the room from the extension cord to my extra long cord because my phone was almost dead. But yes, so we will be. I can tell you for sure we won't be live tomorrow because I've got family coming over first thing in the morning, and then we'll be hitting the road right thereafter. But Ground Battle 4 of 12. Wow. So Field Agent pays the least. Yeah, I mean that's pretty fair, Jerica. It's not. That's not to say that they never have, like, because they have plenty of decent paying jobs, like higher paying ones. I see 12 and 15s all the time on Field Agent too. But they're usually the one that will have some projects out like at 3 to 5, 6, something like that. But I don't really turn my nose up at those because generally if I see those, it just means it's going to be an easy project. That's just what it is. The only time that tends to not be the case is for some select projects on Survey Merchandiser. If they're trying to pay you like $5 or $6, just be familiar with the type of project that it is before you take a whole bunch of them because you want to know in advance. Not everything, after a while of, learning and working with different brands, learning and working inside of different retailers, you're going to know what's worth doing and what's not. And, they're trying to make money too. They're trying to... Hi, Drummer's Guy. The only thing that is a little bit tricky with Field Agent and with Field Agent specifically is that they have iSpies and scavenger hunts, and those are not the same as the regular audits that we do. We get paid for the audits that we do no matter what. The iSpies, you're looking for a specific product that may or may not be in that store, and all you have to do is match the UPC that you're given with the UPC that's on the barcode, and then take a photo of it and describe the product. Problem is, because it may not be there, they're inconsistent. So you could show up and there could be like 40 of them at Walmart, but there's no guarantee you're gonna find all 40. So it's just some trial and error. I don't recommend you only go do iSpies and scavenger hunts. That's just something that you can do while you're out working, while you're out running errands, while you're out shopping and things like that. Take an extra 5-10 minutes and scan through a couple of things that you might be able to find. But that's really it. Yeah, well, today, Drummer Sky, we're home today. We will be back on the road tomorrow afternoon. Going down south. Play the games, I was prepared and nothing paid out. So Della, you're saying you use the gaming sites that we talk about because we don't promote any specific games directly. Yeah, that's the iSpies and the scavenger hunts. Basically what it is you're looking for blips in the data. So the register system is responsible for checking on every product that moves in and out of the store. And sometimes like it could be just be a server error or like, a computation error, or it could have been like a manager override or an associate override where something scanned and the computer didn't know what it is. So it gives you a small abbreviation as it appears on the receipt when it was generated and the item number. So all you have to do is just go find it. Like if this is Dr. Pepper, it could just say DP on it, and that could mean Dr. Pepper, but you would need to figure that out for yourself. So that's the basis of what it is. So it's kind of annoying. When you get them to work, it's fine, but otherwise, yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, so Della, we have a video in the Side Hustle playlist, part 84. Make sure that your things are tracking properly, because you won't be able to hit the incentives and collect if you don't have tracking enabled on all of the on your devices. But it's relatively simple. The games themselves, though, are designed to be challenging. I mean, they are incentives, and they're games that are free, and they're competing for your gamemanship, I should say, your time, your hours and stuff. So that's why they, put the incentive out there for you. It's a promotional thing. You got to be new to the game and stuff like that, and you have to hit levels within a time limit. But otherwise, it's free. It's not something that you have to pay for. You do have the option to pay to play to make progress go faster, but that's never a requirement. And I strictly don't do that because that's not how I like to play video games at all. Pink salt. Why would I put salt in here? I don't know why I would do that. You're close to $80 on Tester Up. Nice, Sweet Ash. Yeah, and straight up, it is just going to depend on the game. You're going to know pretty quickly once you get like the training wheels off the game. Once the game stops holding your hand through every single click, the training wheels are off. And you're going to know from there how quickly you're going to get to your goals based on, what you've learned about the game, how fast the stuff regenerates, like the free play, how many free ads you get to watch for free play, if there's like Facebook compatibility where you can work collectively with friends, if there's, Facebook groups and Reddit threads where you can find extra hints and bonuses and stuff. So it's just going to depend on the game. 2 more levels on Solitaire to make the whole 65. Nice. And again, if you're the type of person that's like, well, if I can make $100 by putting 20 in, I will do that. You can do that, but you definitely don't have to. Interesting. My electrolytes will be assisted with salt. Who's that? Who's that girl? What is the face for?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Surprise
guest.
Surprise.
Look.
My pink is fixed.
Look
and I got
at
shadow
that.
root now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. We're going to do the extensions when I get back.
Very nice.
Thank you. So. I got to go pee.
Well, you can suck it up and kiss me first.
Well, I did. Now I got to pee. What? That's a lie.
Yeah. Yeah, so she has been gone for like 5 hours, 6 hours, something like that, because she went from the nail salon to the hair salon. So she is gorgeous. Thank you. I try to remind her of that every day, but I don't know. I guess it gets boring or it means less the more you hear it from your husband. I don't know. I read signals. You ladies would know. I don't know. I figure being consistent would... I don't know. Not my business. We're back home in Connecticut, Joy, but we'll be on the road tomorrow, so we won't be live tomorrow morning, and we will probably... Well, no, we should hit New Orleans by... or whichever state that we're going to first. I forget. Honestly, at this point, I forget. We're going with some other people, too. But we will be driving for the bulk of tomorrow because we'll be going down south. No, nothing's wrong. I'm being sarcastic. I was saying help me assure her that she's beautiful because I say it every day, and sometimes she's like, "No, I'm not." All right. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I'm not a pre-planner when it comes to weather. Either it's going to rain or it's not. That's really all that I look at. However, with the massive storms that have been going through there, it might be a good idea to at least glance at it. But I'm sure I would have heard something otherwise. Yeah, it's always cold. It's always cold, man. This last night was the first real chill night that we've gotten up here of the year. It was just raining, but it ended up being like 45 with the cold rain, and it just tensed you right up. How much work? So that's kind of an open-ended question, Camden. The work structure allows you to be able to move this around whenever you have time. So if you are a full-time student, clearly you're going to need to move things around when you have, to accommodate your classes, to accommodate studying, to accommodate other things that you have to do as a student. And that's just because we're independent contractors. So it just means we work for ourselves. We're not tied to a time clock. You can be if you want to, but there's plenty of other stuff that's not tied to an hourly rate in that way. We're not tied to a territory or anything like that. There's no quotas that we have to meet. So it really just comes to what availability you have to give and how quickly you can cover ground and do work. Again, I don't know your situation, being at school, how close you are, or even what school, like, what level of saturation is there. But you can pretty much do it anytime the stores are open. You work independently. The most you'll have to do interaction-wise is speak to a manager or an associate, and then just have them, touch on a few things with them. Just some basic questions. You might need their authorization if something is supposed to change, but other than that, it's going to be pretty simple. If you've worked retail once or twice, you're going to be fine. It's finally getting below 100. I don't even know how to conceptualize that. It's October. I don't even know. Yeah, little honey. I do. Thank you. No, she's in the bathroom. She'll come out of that door momentarily. My says, offer me $120, $100 to $200. No, so we don't get to see collective. Whoever survey merchandiser is messaging is for you. Those are your offers. They don't group shot those. So I've never gotten one from that person. So I'm not sure. They didn't say what it was, Joy. Oh, is it the watermelon water? But yeah, so if you have, anywhere from as few as 8 to 10 hours to give versus, 25, 26 hours to give, the merchandising apps will never have you put in more time than you have to give. So it really just depends on how much you're looking to work, because you're paid by the project. So it's cool to do that. So it's not cool to do that in the beginning, especially if you're brand new. But like anything else, you're going to be brand new to it. You're not expected to excel immediately. You're working independently. You're going to be learning not only how to do the work, how to fill out the retail reports themselves, but also just navigate the app. Each app has its own little quirks. And you're going to understand like the process of filing, working, getting paid, and doing all that stuff. But once you have that down pat, there's no limit to how much you can make, because there's no cap on what we make. We're allowed to just work by the project. So if a project pays $11 and it took you 10 minutes instead of 25 minutes, well, that just means you either are just working more efficiently with your time, or that frees you up to complete more work in an hour. So you can calculate what you earn, but just know that most of what we do when we're full time is we don't go by the hour. We just calculate that after. We just grab job, because we're allowed to work as much as we want and travel as much as we want for it. Yeah. Could use some water. I thought this was all the way full, and it is all the way full, just with ice. So now I'm, rationing the water that I have left. Yeah, I did get your message, Thurston. Hopefully, no cavities were caused when your child bit your phone screen. So, but good to see you. Good to see that you're out and about. Glad you have your device so that you can go do stuff. You have some Saratoga water? We do too. Mm-hmm. Well, Linda, and that's definitely possible on here. These are just one-off shifts, though, so it's not something that, if you're somebody that already has a full-time job or multiple part-times, or you're partially or fully retired, or any bracket that you fall into, this is one of the few working opportunities where you can just have that work in your, whenever you have time. It's not something that, especially if you're already committing 40 to 60 hours to a different job, you just physically don't have enough time to do that. So it frees you up to be able to have a second job or a third job, however you want to classify that. But it doesn't require second or third job hours. When you grab your work, you just do your work, however long it takes you to do your work is however long it takes. And it's pretty simple. Did a liquor audit and pics didn't show in the app when I took. Was it a service issue? Because sometimes... Oh, you're saying like it didn't record your photos? Might have just been a glitch on the app then. Yeah, so Haley, specifically with 1099 employees, the reason that you withhold taxes is because it's the opposite of a W-2. When you file when you get a W-2 form, you've been having taxes held the entire 365 days you've been working, and then for the tax return, you get that all back. It's just the reverse for independent contractors. There's no tax being withheld because you are your own business, and then when tax time comes, you just pay that forward. So I'm not a CPA. We're not tax professionals. I can give you some rough, pointers, but at the end of the day, the professionals are going to have better advice. I would say like super conservatively, 25% of what you make is in most cases going to cover you. If this becomes a longer term, more permanent thing for you, like just, I want to continue doing this whenever I have time for the foreseeable future, opening up an LLC definitely does help for taxes as well. It will save you a lot of money, but there's no pressure to do that, especially if you're just brand new or just trying to meet your goals right now. We didn't have an LLC for many, many years before, and it didn't really hurt us. But yes, you do all that yourself. But that doesn't mean that you can't use a tax professional. Let the people that are trained in the U.S. tax code help you with that. It's money well spent. We have professionals do it for us. Yeah, but 1099s, like, a lot of us probably have filed 1099s before. It's not really that. It's probably the second most common tax form for Americans. Have to keep an eye on WhatsApp for this job. On WhatsApp? I wouldn't know. I don't feel so great about that, Joy. Because, guys, we tell you guys straight up, we don't have multiple accounts and we don't talk to you on encrypted messaging services. No WhatsApp, no Telegram, no things like that. Hey, Whitney. I don't make money on swag with the other options. So you can try, Mama Bear, you can try all of the gaming and the survey apps. They're all free, just like everything else that we talk about. If you are looking for something like Swagbucks for gaming, you can try Cashcake. You can try Free Cash. Some of them are Android only. So if you have an Android, you can try Misplay. You can try Rewarded Play. There's a bunch of different ones that are up there. And they're all the same basis. So if you kind of understand how it's working on Swagbucks, it's going to be the same structure on all the other ones. Yeah, Joy, I would not... if you're telling me that it's coming from Survey Merchandiser, like the original offer is coming from Survey Merchandiser and it's their number, that's fine. But I've gotten other like random numbers that are not in my phone book about like job opportunities, and I delete them every time because they're junk. And it most likely means that your data was leaked somewhere, which is what happens when, you do anything online. Whether you have a phone, whether you bank with institutions that have data breaches, whether you shop with institutions that have data breaches, it's unavoidable. I actually would like to get a specific app up there in that light, because there's ways that you can, effectively make these companies delete your information legally, and I would like to get some of those on there. Yeah, I don't mess with WhatsApp. No, I'm not Joanna James. Joanna is in the bathroom. She just got home. She got her hair done. I summoned her. I heard a flush. I'm just kidding. I think it's raining, actually. She'll probably come out in a moment. But no, we're just chilling today. No work, because, we're home. We don't live in a grocery store.
It took me forever to get wax off my eyebrow.
There you are.
There's wax stuck right here, and there's still a little bit left.
Okay. Can you talk about Tester Up?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, that's a good job.
I did it.
Can you talk about it?
It's a website that you can use if you're on iOS or Android, and you can play games and you can make money. It's really cool and it's really easy to use.
Why are you like a little kid right now?
Because I'm tired. How long have you been on live?
Probably a half hour.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Not terrible.
Not terrible, not great.
Do you have any type of oil that should help you get the wax off?
Yeah, I know. I gotta grab some. It's in my bathroom, but
Do you want some olive oil?
no. Why would I want olive oil?
Because it's oil. Wicked loves you. Sitting in a tree.
Oh my god. I have to pack.
Okay,
That's what I came home to do.
I see that.
You get him now. Oh, my foot's numb. I have a business trip.
Sweet Ash was waiting for the British accent.
Oh, Lord.
Lord, indeed. No, that's okay.
Do what you want me to do.
No, but that's okay. Because I too need to finish packing. So, like I said, we will not be live tomorrow morning, in all likelihood. And then we'll be on the road. We will play it by ear tomorrow evening, depending on what time we reach our first state destination, what we will do for live. And we'll have to assess what's there, because. But, in the meantime, all of the things that we use, how long do you wait for employee? Oh, if you're talking about Purple Meow, if you're talking about like if you're having a question or concern in the project in real time, yeah, I'll tell you straight up, it's hard to get them to respond in a timely manner. They're just very inundated with customer service claims. So if you're someone that is running into questions and concerns and you need judgment calls or just need advice on things, we actually do have a verified Discord server. It's the only thing that we have here that costs money, but it's totally optional. You don't have to join it. But if you just want some guidance or some advice on what to do from other full-timers like me, like Joanna, like some of the mods that are in here, we can do that for you. The link for it is in the profile. But yeah, it's usually not very quick. Do you ever do product marketing projects? So like, you mean like the demos? Like when you stand and hand out samples? We used to do more of those. We don't do as many of those anymore just because we try to not do the hourly stuff as much just because we make better money taking all the rest of the stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, we do buy and reviews all the time, distillers. So if you're not interested in doing product reimbursement, obviously you don't have to, but the umbrella of merchandising is pretty expansive. And, reviewing products and getting free things to try in exchange for your honest review is definitely part of what we do. Sometimes it's like household goods. Sometimes it's fast food. Sometimes it's... Well, that's the two main categories, isn't it? We've actually done a couple of lives earlier in the week where we got a bunch of free Saratoga water from CVS. We were buy and trying it. But yeah, so buy and tries. Whatever money that you're putting out, you're fully reimbursed for within 48 hours, so you get that money back. So as long as it's not causing you a hardship right there, there's no reason not to do it. That's in addition to the pay that they're going to give you for doing that project. So it's not just, a buy and rebate transaction. You also get paid, anywhere from $3 to $12 to $15 to $20, depending on what the project pays. And of course, you get to keep the product for free. The only thing you can't do is return it to the store. But if it's food or water, you can consume it. You can donate it. You can throw it in the garbage. You can do whatever you want with it. After 30 minutes, they told me head to the office to find them celebrating. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. I waited for 30 minutes for a manager for scanning the chocolate products. Oh, so it was the actual store. I thought you said you were waiting on Survey Merchandiser. Okay. Yeah, no, that's gonna be the store's purview. I mean, that sucks. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, you're definitely gonna run into regular people issues because you're going to be working with regular people, you know, regular retail associates and managers and stuff. They're not always going to be helpful or nice, even though it's part of their job. Don't take it personally. Just make a mental note or a physical note if you want. Just be like, yeah, had an issue there. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit here and disparage Walmart. There's so many things to disparage them for, but I'm not, I can't, one employee is not going to speak for everyone that works there. You know, it's annoying. I'm sorry that happened to you. Sometimes there are essentially ways to get your job done without going by the letter of the law, so to speak, especially if it says scanner. I really don't want you to get too tied to the term manager, because it does not need to be a manager, like store manager, every single time. A lot of times, an ASM will do just fine. A lot of times, a department head will do just fine. Even a regular associate that can verify things with the scanner will do just fine. They're just trying to make sure that you had a real interaction with a person that works there, that has a clue, and that you didn't just make up a bunch of answers. That's all they're looking for. So if they can verify, hey, this person spoke to this associate and confirmed that they're claiming that this product isn't carried, and the store corroborated that. That's all they need. That is all they need. So I wouldn't get too hung up on the manager stuff, because I think most everybody's worked in retail. You know that sometimes everything's your responsibility when you're in retail. You're responsible for checking on, basically maintaining everybody's products, and a lot is your job. But yeah, usually it's like try to find an out of the box solution. Like if it's asking you to verify inventory with the manager, just say verify inventory. I'll verify it with, you know, a store associate. I can verify it with the ASM or department head. Usually there's a way that you can satisfy both the store's obligation and your project obligation. But that just comes with practice. You'll be able to problem solve like that on the fly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But on that note, I will start packing, or I will finish packing, and probably take a shower and get my bones into my bed for one night before we take off for another 2 weeks. So, like I said, we will not be live tomorrow in all likelihood. We will play it by ear tomorrow evening, as long as we get to where we're going in a decent time. So, again, all the things that we talk about are for free. Feel free to drop a follow. We're always giving out free information for you guys. That's how we do things here. No book, no course. Watch some videos, download some apps, write down your questions, consider joining the Discord if you want extra help. And until next time, good night, everybody.